She's all ours. She's all Kentucky. Chef Ouita Michel has always made locally grown ingredients a priority in her cuisine, and that's why it's so good to have you here, Chef Ouita.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
We appreciate you so much, and we want to talk about your new facility in Versailles. We want to talk about these great, as we're running out of summer, you're reminding us that we still have time to enjoy some summer delicacies here.
It's weird weather. It's been fantastic weather for the tomatoes, the melons, everything is bumping. It's great. Beans, squash.
Yes.
My goodness.
So I'm in heaven. I am in heaven.
Bet you are.
I love
bet you are. And you know, let's first of all talk about your new cooking studio in Versailles.
Thank you for being there,
Oh,
Lisa.
I was there for the grand opening and all, and oh my gosh, it was such an honor. Number one, it was such an honor. But and it's a great cooking studio too. I love it. But let's talk about it to the viewers too.
So I've wanted for years to do cooking classes, but I needed to get my daughter into college because you know you only have so much time.
That's right.
So she's going to be a sophomore next year, and this project has been in the works for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And I want to just connect with people in small groups. I don't want giant, you know, it's hard when you're running a big commercial restaurant and you're serving hundreds of meals and hundreds of plates to really connect with your guests. So it's 16 people each class, and I try to teach. I've taught 3 classes and we've offered 4. So Chef Tyler McNabb, who is our culinary director, has started his first 2 classes.
Okay.
And I brought one of his dishes today. But you sign up online. Our first class is sadly, shockingly, sold out very quickly. So I wasn't expecting that. I felt like I was putting so much out there.
Of course they did. No.
But so this month, I think the third week of August, we will be launching the classes for October and November. And then we'll have a whole series of holiday open houses through December where we'll be doing little mini cooking demos for free that you can just come in and learn how to sharpen your knife, learn how to do some, like cut a batonette, cut a julienne, cut a brunoise, or whatever, little chef tips.
What an opportunity.
I think it'll be fun.
You came home with so many great tips from that night.
I did. And,
are you kidding me? She ran the whole dang thing. She plated all the food. She jumped up. She had her apron. She was like, let's go.
I did.
I want her to open a catering company with me.
Oh my goodness.
She was great.
All right, let's talk after this broadcast. And Versailles is the perfect location because you're so close to Holly Hill, to Wallace Station, and I know how much history and heritage means to you.
I live in Woodford County. I mean, I grew up in Fayette County, have restaurants in both. So I have allegiances to both, but it's very nice to be part of the renaissance that's going on in downtown Versailles.
Oh, yes.
And we love our neighbors and our fellow vendors, so it's
a beautiful
exciting.
facility.
Come see us.
Let's talk a little bit about what you brought today, Chef
Okay,
Ouita.
so on this plate, I have a couple of things for you guys just to look at that are neat. This is a Benton's shaved country ham, Kentucky favorite, and our buttermilk biscuits, but this is a pickled peach. Every summer we pickle peaches. We use a recipe called Queenie Williams Pickled Peaches from Out of Kentucky Kitchens, one of the great Kentucky cookbooks. And then these little guys are ground cherries, and I thought you might want to taste one. They're from our garden at Holly Hill.
Goodness.
I have never heard of these, nor have I ever seen these.
Don't eat the papery part.
Don't eat the paper part. I would have eaten it all if you hadn't told me, Chef
popped it right in our mouths.
All right,
It looks like a little tomatillo, but it's sweet.
It's great.
Oh, it's sweet.
It's in the tomato family.
It's delicious.
But it shows you that tomatoes are a fruit, right? Because it's just like...
That's right.
And then this is what we call Hale's Best Cantaloupe, and it was just picked this morning by one of our young chefs, Ian Feeback. He lives in Midway. He cooks at Holly Hill, and he has a little incredible garden, and he's one of our Dirtworks teams, which means he's in charge of our whole vegetable growing enterprise at Holly Hill Inn. So I thought you might want to try that Hale's Best.
I definitely do want to try it.
Let's do that. Get it.
Yep. And what I love too, I love growing flowers. But you can actually eat the flowers.
And those
too,
are a little,
awesome.
those flowers are from a special kind of basil.
That's delicious.
And then this is a way that you can present them together with crab. So this is Tyler's dish, but it is that beautiful Hale's cantaloupe, jumbo lump crab meat, little tiny sliced cucumbers from our garden, little jalapeno from the garden. And then this is what we call an agua chili, which is a coconut milk with lemongrass, lime juice.
Oh my gosh. And you know, okay, I have to, full disclosure, I am not a very good cook.
Come on now. Don't say
I
that.
can't believe that.
Don't say that.
Well,
that's fake news
no,
right there.
no. Okay, but I'm not a pro. And going to your studio, I was very intimidated. I thought, oh my gosh, you know, how am I going to do in front of Chef Ouita?
Oh my gosh.
You know, and honestly, like you made it so easy and so fun. And I just jumped right in. Like you said, you just have to jump in and do it.
Intimate class sizes
Yeah,
too.
it was
That's
great.
a win.
That's a win, and we don't. It's not. It's interactive gently, isn't it, Lisa? It's
Yes,
not like
it is.
I do all the cooking, but everybody has a different level of skill. So we don't want to have, you know, a novice trying to do extreme knife work with a very developed cook. So it's just about coming in, watching, participating in gentle ways,
Yes.
eating, tasting everything, because cooking is learned by doing. It's hand-to-hand learning.
Yes.
So sometimes if you can watch somebody do it, it's very easy to take that skill set home and practice it yourself. But reading it is more difficult.
I learned so much. It was so much fun.
Chef Ouita, what's the best resource for people to go to learn more about these classes in Versailles at your new facility?
Oh, thank you for asking me that.
And for the constellation of restaurants that you brought us.
Well, our website is hollyhillandco.com. hollyhillandco.com. All of our restaurant websites are right there that you can click to.
Okay.
All the classes go up online. You buy them online. So they'll be right there, our online store, everything that we're doing, plus recipes, stories, our newsletter signups, all of that stuff.
Wonderful.
Thank you. So, I don't know how you have time for it all.
I
Not to
know.
mention you're a culinary ambassador for the government, but that's a whole nother day and a whole nother story. Chef Ouita, thank you so much.
Thank you for having
me.
me.
Thanks for
Thank
this great final taste of summer here. We're running out of summer.
It is.
And this is light and it's wonderful.
It's delicious.
We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're back in just a second, gang. Stick around.